What is the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you guys on stage, individually?
On stage or off stage?
History on stage.
Off stage, man.
On
There's like a list forever.
Oh man, you go first.
I broke a string long time ago. That's when I started to learn. I mean, because I play aggressively anyway, but I've eased up on my striking.
Yeah, you want to hurt
Which one
the
is
string.
it? Yeah.
Like they
Murder
said something
them.
about
I want
you.
them to die.
That way
I want
too.
them to die. You have to kill them. So yeah, broken string was for me. That sucked.
That's the most embarrassing thing that's happened.
That's the most embarrassing
Oh
thing.
my
Like I say, we've had somebody puke on stage. We've had somebody so drunk they've offered to take their pants off for a charity thing, and nobody.
Well, see, you said on stage.
Yeah, I said on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is on stage.
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
All right, so mine actually, I don't know if this I'm breaking your rule of answering the question, but because it's really not, it's a performance thing, but it isn't a music thing. Because when you ask that question, something immediately comes to mind. Because I've never really had stage fright or any of that sort of stuff. It just doesn't get to me. And one of the things I do, I'm in real estate. That's my job. And I go, occasionally I will go talk to large groups of like realtors and stuff because I'm an appraiser and they always have questions for appraisers. And I get asked the same questions all the time. And it is kind of a performance, so to speak. I'm up in a crowd of large business people, white collar people, and I'm answering all these questions. And there was a week where, I mean, I was just busting my ass, working till like 4 a.m. every single night. And I was so exhausted. And I get up there and I get a question asked to me right in the very beginning of this deal. And it was a question I'd answered 1,000 times. And the 1,000 different answers that I'd given to this question, that were basically variations of the same thing, all hit my brain at once and in front of a large, like 40 or maybe not large, 40 or 50 people, white collar business people. I froze like a deer in headlights. And I mean, it may have only been 30 seconds, but it felt like 5 minutes. But it was at least 30 seconds of me just
Going.
And I've never been so mortified in my entire life because I knew exactly what the answer to the question that she'd asked was, and I couldn't think of a way to say it. And then it started building on, oh my gosh, I'm not talking. Say something. Say something. Say anything.
Dun.
And it just got, and you could just hear this whole room silently hurting for me. And it was very, very painful. After about, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds to a minute, something like that, I finally spat out some nonsense. But they lost trust in me. They didn't think, this kid doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a moron. And so whenever somebody asks what's your worst or something like that variation of that question, what's your worst moment on stage? I don't go to music. I go to this most mortifying moment of my entire life, which is effectively a performance. But
Well, yeah.
total botch job.
Yeah.
I think for me, about the worst thing that's ever happened is like I've gotten lost and been off track on a song or something, and just like the embarrassment of wondering if somebody's actually going to notice.
They know it's space.
What? Fucking jack off. You're fucking stupid.
I'm not saying you do.
But yeah, that or you know, when people schedule a show that you're unaware of and you literally have to roll up from work, don't even have time to tune your bass and just start playing like immediately, and then everything's all messed up. That's kind of embarrassing too. So
I feel like that might be a shot
that was a group thing,
at me.
dude. That was more of a group thing. Like I don't think that was any one person's fault. I think that was a combination of everybody.
We sounded fine, man. You did good.
Oh, bullshit.
That's the thing. Audiences really, if they care, they don't really care.